y'all, welcome back to another video. I feel like we don't talk enough about how people with spina bifida lack resources once they reach adulthood. If you were privileged and lucky enough to go to a spina bifida clinic as a child, if there was one in the state that you lived in, you will have known, because it should have been taught to you, that when you age out at 18, that it is going to be so much harder to get spina bifida care as an adult. I had the privilege to go to the spina bifida clinic in Orlando, Florida, where I'm originally from, and this was something that was brought up to me at a very young age. Everything I was taught was that people living to adulthood and older ages with spina bifida is still a fairly new thing. I'm 33 years old, so as a kid, that was still pretty new for doctors, and apparently there just aren't doctors that are specialists for adults with spina bifida. You can find a lot of doctors that are specialists for children, but it's pretty much no one wants to do it for adults. And what that does is it leads a lot of people with spina bifida to not access any care. If they do access care, it's finding doctors that are willing to put their ego aside and treat us, even if they don't have any knowledge or have ever had a person with spina bifida under their care, which can lead to a lot of things going wrong in that person's care. Issues get ignored or dismissed because of the lack of understanding. It pretty much puts us in a very dangerous situation when it comes to our disability, which is very unfortunate for those of us that live with spina bifida because we do need a lot of care. Spina bifida causes a plethora of issues that go even beyond our spine. For myself, growing up, I struggled with doctors even wanting to take me on as a patient. I went from 18 to around 25 not having any proper medical care for my spina bifida. When I moved to California, I found a doctor that was willing to work with me to treat me. While my care wasn't the best, it was enough to just keep me functioning and keeping me alive. But I have found a lot of doctors as well will treat me for a specific thing that my spina bifida caused, but won't acknowledge my spina bifida itself. For example, I had a urologist that was horrible to me, and he dealt with a lot of people with bladder issues, but he said to my face he doesn't consider my spina bifida because he doesn't understand how that affects my bladder. And with that, treated me incorrectly that now has caused a lot of other medical issues that I'm still dealing with to this day. I've noticed that a lot of people in the disabled community and people who just are family or friends don't really take spina bifida seriously. In my experience, they just hear that I have spina bifida and they just leave it at that. They don't think that it affects me in my everyday life. They don't see how much work it goes to function as someone with spina bifida and how much work it takes to navigate a medical system that has no resources because they didn't think we would live this long. And it is absolutely frustrating and honestly upsetting. There's a reason there is a high suicide rate for those of us with spina bifida because of the barriers we have trying to seek treatment. Again, I am 33 years old and I still don't see all of the doctors that I should be seeing, the doctors that were in the same field of when I was a kid, but because I'm an adult now, no one wants to treat me. And that's upsetting. That leads to people being depressed because they feel hopelessness in trying to take care of their body. Sorry for this little tangent. It's just been a thing that's been on my mind because I'm currently in the talks with a neurosurgeon about a potential brain surgery and back surgery that I might need for issues that came about when I was 10 years old that are persisting and has been missed by doctors over the years and been dismissed by some doctors. And finding two doctors that finally want to listen and want to take my spina bifida into consideration, it just got me thinking that over the years, people have just dismissed this disability and have not listened to us on how much work goes into living like this. And I just wanted to see if anyone relates to this if you have spina bifida. I'm only really talking to people with spina bifida for this video, but I don't think we talk enough about how we barely have resources when we reach adulthood, and it is so hard to care for your body with spina bifida at the same time doing the full-time job of managing doctor's appointments and pleading your case for a doctor to see you. So if you have spina bifida and you're an adult, let me know how you are doing. And if you have any other questions about spina bifida or my life as a disabled person, let me know as well. And until next time, bye.